Donna Dubanowski, 23 Betty Road. I'd like to bring you back to the beginning of last year when the BAA came in front of you to tell you that we had saw on the field cards and dubbed it the creation of the Fountain of Youth formula, which was our words because it made properties get younger as they aged. Concurrently, even though no improvements had been made on the property, we saw the effective year and the condition magically gets newer or younger. These changes artificially increased assessment values. Mario's report stated on page 36 and 37 that the conditions are based on physical observations made in the field by different data collectors. So basically, it's a degree of subjectivity. Then goes on to say that the public needs to mention this to Vision or to Todd or to the assessor, and to have an open communication. I explained my personal street cards to Mario and how I went to Vision from my home in the last reevaluation, and that it was the Vision employees who were still there. And he told me, and she told me that she was not going to lower my assessment, but she would raise my neighbors. When she learned that I sat on the BAA, she was furious that I should have told her that from the beginning. I went in as a resident to Vision, not a BAA member. I did tell her that I understood why people came to the BAA and they were mad after they had their Vision hearings. I experienced it firsthand. She then changed my street card, and by changing my kitchen from old style to average, and my home, the effective year built, increased 10 years versus the 5 that they had been doing for the reval, meaning my house after the meeting with Vision was younger, therefore my assessment after their changes went up $2,000. So we pointed out these problems on the field card, and they make the changes, and they're affected to the taxpayer. Mario later explains in his report that the effective year built and that other towns suppress this field, and not everyone understands what effective year is, and it confuses them or muddies the water. Basically, these assessors are saying that the people of Enfield are not smart enough so that we would be confused because it's on there. We, the BAA, we're saying, hey, this was on our field cards, we saw this issue, and all of a sudden, poof, that information disappears because it was suppressed. Now we're told from this report that when people in the field make a mistake, may cost your property more money, you need to call the assessor and have a dialogue, or we can just hide the information so taxpayers can no longer find it. The effective year built data since it was suppressed. The best yet is the footnote 14 on page 37, where Mario minimizes the financial impact on taxpayers by stating the difference between average and good is only 5%. Only 5%. So Enfield, on a $300,000 house, 5% is $15,000. Enfield taxpayers are systematically overassessed by only 5%. So that's not a big deal to Mario, who we know is a very big deal to Enfield taxpayers, not the affluent Mario. My footnote is, there's never a time when it went down only 5%. I brought all this up in my interview with Mario, and in the report, Mario stated, after interviewing Tyler and Longy, it is apparent their concerns were focused on the effective year built. Tom even said in his interview to ask Donna or Lori, but especially ask Donna because it affected her personally. So why was Tyler signaled out in the report and no mention of me? I don't have a transcript from my interview, and I'm not sure why they would not transcribe a BAA member's interview, but maybe my interview didn't fit the narrative of the report. I do believe I need more time to explain this troubling practice so that we can all fully understand and hopefully get to the bottom of it. In conclusion, what we had said about the Fountain of Youth and the formula and the effective year built was all correct. And we pointed this out to you last year. The report, however, twists and turns like a roller coaster on the subject matter, so you really don't know that what we said was actually correct. So that's why we want to take the time, and we need the time, like we agreed at the last meeting, that we would be able to sit before you guys and you could ask us questions, and we do the back and forth. We need that time. We deserve that time to rebut this report on television and a non-timed presentation to you council members and to the residents in town, and I would ask that you make sure that we are given that same time and respect. Thank you.